I absolutely love the color in the crowd all the time. You see a few of those people be picking up all their stuff and just moving undercover because of the lightning, because maybe a few droplets of rain beginning to fall as well. But they'll have to be patient. And I hope also that at some point tonight, we will get some play. Ramesh Rogers alongside me. Look at how things have panned out and where we're headed to as well, Rambo, as we look at this itinerary. First two games and Pakistan have gone down. Necessary at this point, with so much still to come, that they keep their spirits up.
That's right. There are a lot of young players in Pakistan's lineup, so any international match, irrespective of whether it's a dead rubber or not, will mean something to the selectors, to the think tank, to the captain. Also, Pakistan can jig around with the combination. There are a few bench players that could be included today. So still a lot to play for and a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, there are many, as you look at the crowd there, many will turn up to see different players. And like you say, with new players around, us too up here, not so much for a lack of knowledge of who they are, but wondering with regard to their temperament and whether they'll be able to cut it at the very highest level.
Yes, you always look for the steely types, steely nerves who can weather the storm, and literally, there's a bit of storm around as well. So today is the third T20I, and then we move into the ODI series, which will be a different set of challenge for this Pakistan team. Let's not forget that the preparation will be for both sides for that all-important Champions Trophy.
Yeah, an opportunity for us whilst we wait and whilst the weather is inclement to go back to game number one. I promise I'm not trying to heap misery on you, but just trying to relive the things that have happened, and perhaps we can go to the touch points, particular things that stick out. 183 for 9, South Africa plays 172 for 8, and the main men, Miller for South Africa, and then Linda. You look at him there for the batting as well as for the bowling, 4 for 21. A quite interesting game, Rambo, if we go back to it.
Yes, it was pretty even Stevens. Pakistan had a great opening burst with the ball, and then things went pear-shaped because they couldn't get it together in the last part of the bowling innings. And then Rizwan had it cover for most period. That innings had two halves. Yes, it was a slow start, but then he lost Saim Ayub as a partner. And so as a result, he really had
to sides as they try to rebuild.
Experience and intent, which we didn't see from Pakistan's middle order. Here was a guy who was really looking to hit those big shots, not worried about getting out. And I mean, it really was a heavyweight performance, because if he had erred, it could have been difficult for South Africa to put up a competitive score. So really was a top quality innings filled with 4 6s, and then Linda came on to bat and batted so well because he had to really get the momentum going again, had to bat well with the tail and then improvise beautifully, didn't throw it away, and he had a tremendous last over, hitting the left arm spinner for 3 6s, and that took the initiative away from Pakistan as well. That particular knock and that particular moment and over.
Yeah, really good to watch. And you think about Miller and the way he went, and then also Linda with the ball later on. And you said it in the second game. Did he miss the bus or did he not in game number 2? But quite peculiar, isn't it? And these stories don't normally come out, do they?
Absolutely. I remember Wasim Akram missing the bus. had to bowl, and we lost the game probably because he was just too tired to bowl. But this is not looking good. There's still...
Your shirt, was that your shirt? Did you give it away?
The 92 World Cup shirt.
Yeah, a look at game number 2. And this was pretty much all about Saim Ayub in terms of that innings, 206 for 5. A day and night game, and I did say that it's difficult for teams to defend there, mostly in day games. In day and night game, the first time that a 200 was chased down, South Africa playing brilliantly. But speak a little bit about Saim Ayub.
Yeah, he is a glorious talent. There's no denying the fact that on the day he can absolutely pulverize the opposition because he's got the shots. He can hit the 6, he can play the conventional straight drive as well. But it's just the pure timing. He reminds me of Saeed Anwar, very much similar in style and execution, and flows through the offside and great back lift, plays the pull shot, the drive. He's got all the shots. All he needs to do is now get some order into his batting. Make sure that in a middle order that Pakistan have, and it's a young middle order, to go right deep till the end. But it was a terrific innings, really a jaw-dropping effort because some of the shots really were outstanding.
Yeah, grace, elegance, style. I suppose you also have power with that, with Saim Ayub, and in comparison to Saeed Anwar, who was like a bullfighter, really, kill you softly, as it were, because this format wasn't there then. But that was trumped. Reza Hendricks, my goodness, what a knock that was.
It's incredible batting because this was again a bit like Saim Ayub. Started off by just timing the ball, and Pakistan, in that package you'll see them bowling the length and then later on trying the slow ball. I think they overdid both things and it became a little too predictable, but it was probably the best innings that he has played in his life in T20 eyes. I mean, nothing jarring about that innings. It was all pure timing, and it was classical batting, and it's just hitting the ball sweetly.
Yeah, I think it was in Dambulla where he debuted in one-day internationals. He didn't miss-hit one ball, and the one that he did miss hit the top of his stumps, took his bails to dismiss him for 101. A similar scintillating knock with the ball laced to all parts of the field, at will, it seemed, as he did in that second T20 international. Such a wonderful batter to watch when he gets going. And a really good talent. And been around for so long, it's a wonder that he hasn't done this enough times.
Yeah, he's got all the shots. And the best thing about this innings and from Fender Doosan was that they did not panic at all. Pakistan were hoping that they'll make a mistake, but no mistake whatsoever. I mean, some of the shots really were powerfully hit. He's a tremendous talent. He started off not as briskly as one was supposed to, but then he gathered pace, and boy, he was unstoppable in the end.
If it was a wand at one end, at the other it was a sledgehammer from Fender Doosan, who absolutely clubbed it from outside off over that leg side for 6 more often than not. Yeah, really good foil and good kind of antagonism, if you can put it that way, opposites playing against a bowling lineup and making them struggle in terms of adjustments and how to combat the two. It meant then that it was a clinch for the South Africans, a clinch of the series. First time they've won one in a long time. 2022, got to go back to. And yeah, tough times it's been for them as a side, but this is fantastic as a win. And this is where we are now. The third T20 International. We hope that it will happen. And we expect in these times, stormy times here in the Highveld, that it would be a thunderstorm and it would go off. But we wait and we see. So one-day internationals coming up. We kind of know what to expect. And then after that, it's the test matches. Yeah, a thought from you on your test match side as we kind of look around the world as well.
I think it'll be a competitive test series. Pakistan, remember, bulldozed England, and so it was a very strong comeback from them. So they've got the side, they've got the paces. I only wish and hope that they include Shaheen Shah Afridi in that lineup, because if he's not going to be included in South African conditions, then where else can he play and showcase his talent? So I think Pakistan have made a mistake by not opting for him. But overall, I think it'll be a competitive series. Clearly, South Africa look the favourites. But looking at what Pakistan produced in that series against England, I think it'll be a pretty competitive one.
Okay, and let's shift to other climes. Some rain in Australia this morning in Brisbane. And precarious, I suppose. That one will start off. Yeah, we'll start off with New Zealand. 315 for 9. Tim Southey playing his final test match there. Got a guard of honour as he walked out and proceeded to pump sixes out the ground. I think it must have made, what was it? I think it made 30, maybe 20 odd, and got out pretty quickly, but some action at the back end. And the day, clubbing it for 6. It was a beautiful shot. Straight drive, back over the top for 6 to get a half century. So, interesting position, that 315 for 9. Game moving along quickly, as happens when England play generally. Your thoughts on this one? Not much play, but such a lot on the line.
Absolutely. I mean, they had 13 overs or so to bowl at Australia, and I think India will be just a little bit disappointed that they couldn't pick up a wicket or two in that phase. But Khawaja with the 19 of 47 and McSweeney with a sedate 4. Obviously, there's a lot at stake, and they'd be hoping that they can maybe keep India away from winning this one. South Africa looked pretty at number 1 post. Australia, India, it's between these two in a realistic fashion. So Australia would want to win and make it easier for them because they have a test series in Sri Lanka, and they've got a test match at Galle, and we know how strong Sri Lankans are at Galle.
It's 2 test matches at Galle. I am not sure it was by mistake that they scheduled those there. These are the permutations, current percentages. South Africa right up at the top, and they need to win just the one. Maximum they'll get if they win the 2 test matches against Pakistan is 69.44. For Australia and India, well, you look at that. If they win 3, if they win 2, if it's 2-all, if there is rain, there's a whole lot to go. And just kind of waiting in the wings on the sidelines are Sri Lanka, who, if they win 2, you know, with a whole lot having happened for those other 2 teams, they could usurp them and pip them to the post, so to speak. So much to still, as we get to see who exactly will be at Lord's in June next year.
Can never count Sri Lanka out on Sri Lankan conditions, so it'll be a fascinating end to who makes it in the final. But right now, Rizwan, you know, he's got a terrific temperament, so want to see Babar and Rizwan and Sam Ayub to play another scintillating innings.
I see them sitting on you know, balcony there and chit-chat, most senior guys there having a chat. But I want to take you back to your time and what you might do in rainy days, on rainy days, and what you might speak about, you know, games you might play in your change rooms, who the prankster was, for instance.
So we were extremely scared because any timeout or a situation like this, invariably there'll be 3 or 4 fighting.
I really didn't know where you're going there. Yeah. Fighting?
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be like a WWE.
So,
because it'll start off with a polite joke or 2, and then things will get serious, and then will be sort of unstoppable stuff.
So skirmishes are plenty in the change room.
Absolutely. See, most of the crew that we had, I'm talking of the players who hail from Punjab, from Lahore, and Punjabis seem to have this volatile temperament. I come from Punjab and Lahore, but I'm one of the more approachable ones.
Thou dost protest too much, dear sir. Yeah, well, okay, that's what would happen in your game. I wonder what will go on in that one. Look, quiet, some, I suppose, new players as you look at Kruger and Dayan Khalim, Gwenama Parker there. They're all new in the change room, and so you wouldn't expect them to be piping up too much at present. It's the senior players. Once guys are confident in there, know that they belong, like Shamsi, who's been there a long time, a stalwart of this white ball team. He might be up to some mischief. He's a colourful character, he is. Yeah, it's always interesting, actually, what happens in various change rooms and the pranksters. They're unlikely, some of them, aren't they? It's people you wouldn't think are the ones who would kind of cause mischief.
Yeah, so when Imran was the captain, we all were supposed to have 3 or 4 tennis balls in our kit. And so we start practicing on the side, you know, the bouncers and swaying away from the line to keep us motivated and still involved and engaged in the game. It'll be about cricket, you know. There'll be a lot of talk about the game, you know, ironing out the issues. Not so much about team building, but it was about just letting some of the young guns know what it takes to become a superstar. And Imran, and you know, he was phenomenal in that area because he would talk great, you know, stories about cricket and what could we do to become a better unit and a better side.
Yeah, and I guess the sharing, just the chit-chats in themselves go a long way with regard to the building of the team, bonds and a sort of an understanding between players and just a working out of just what type of characters you're dealing with the character in front of you. And you generally in cricket, I guess, you spend a whole lot of time together and you tend to bond. If you don't, it goes the opposite way, where you know for sure you don't ever want to be in the space of a certain character. And once you're off the field, you're not together. Yeah, anyhow. The weather keeping us waiting. But as you can see, the fans will wait to see what game can be had today. We're pretty sure there'll be some sort of a game, and we'll see how many overs it will be. We still have some time. The Betway SA20 comes up in January, and the Johannesburg Super Kings are the team that play here at the Bull Ring, and that's a look at their fixtures, their home fixtures. MICT, Pretoria Capitals, Sunrisers Eastern Cape, the champions, and the Paarl Royals. So important to do well at home. Righty-ho, we don't have much else to bring you at present. We're waiting just like they are, just like you are, wherever you may be. And keep checking. There's a whole lot of sport I know on Supersport, if you're on Supersport. And there's football/soccer that is on. There's rugby that is on. And you can flick between the channels and keep checking back here to see if we're on yet or not, because I'm pretty sure we'll bring something to you when we do have something to bring. For now then, it's see you later.
My parents came to America hoping to pursue higher education. But when my grandfather got sick, they put those dreams on hold. Our financial struggles also limited my options. Fortunately, as an APIA McDonald's scholar, I was able to attend the school of my choice and will be the first in my family to graduate college. And now, my options feel unlimited.
McDonald's has awarded nearly $3 million through APIA Scholars to support students of AA and HBI heritage. Learn more at apanext.com.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance.